This is Sunbelt Conference basketball, and tonight, what a Sunbelt showdown we have in store for you inside First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro. It's Arkansas State and Southern Miss, two teams colliding for the first time in over 2.5 months. Winners of 2 straight, both on the road. The lob to Tunkara over his head. Brumfield comes away with it. Brumfield whips it in the corner. Hart. On the baseline to Veras, wrap around underneath to Benet. Brumfield works its way up top to Weeks, who drains a 3, and what a start for Southern Miss.
Good ball movement.
And there's Chandler Jackson. When he gets downhill like that, he's tough to stop.
Had a huge game, over 30 points down at Louisiana. Two games ago.
Benet goes up with the left hand, misses, gathers it back, and then sticks it in.
He only had 7 points against Arkansas State in the first game, and I was a little surprised by that because his quickness, he can get around that size of Tunkara.
Harmon wide open, got it.
It went 3 for 9, and most people will be happy with that. That's not something he'd be happy with, but gets a good start today. It was a bunch, and we've already seen Tavares is already at 2 for Southern Miss. Arkansas State, they've got their, as they know, the hard hat award for charges and diving on for loose balls and stuff like that. And then they got, I believe it was Lewis then got hot. Lewis scored 11 straight points for Southern Miss.
Harmon makes the first 2, he's got 1 more.
With Southern Miss, but they had made 8 threes at that point.
Shot clock's at 8, contested shot for Weeks, short. Offensive rebound, Southern Miss. Golden Eagles regroup. Here's Panay with a tough finish.
There's another player for Southern Miss on the floor.
Shot put up by Tavares. Blocked by Tunkara, still going here. Brumfield in the corner, setting up a Hart 3. Back iron miss. Long rebound, Heyman gives it to Jackson, look out! Both teams have won 3 out of their last 4 coming into tonight. Jackson misses. Hampton with an offensive rebound. Heyman comes up with it down the lane, flips it up and in.
And again, there's your offensive rebound in Arkansas State. Southern Miss actually initially did a good job boxing out Tunkara, keeping him off the board, but they didn't account for everybody else coming from the perimeter.
Benet, it's a grown man bucket right there.
I was curious if Arkansas State would be really aggressive to the offensive boards or maybe send some guys back. So far, they're trying to slow down Southern Miss transition by crashing the boards.
Heyman wants it again, not gonna miss the second time.
It's always moving.
Benet gets rid of it. Here's Weeks. Weeks back to Benet. What a first half for Benet.
They can't afford foul trouble. They don't necessarily like to go too deep into this bench.
And that's interesting because the last time these two teams played, Arkansas State set a season high in free throw attempts and made it. Tavares somehow was able to get that in the corner. Weeks goes up in traffic and just muscles it in. 10 to shoot. Weeks takes it inside, kicks it in the corner. Lewis, the 3, got it.
4th drawn foul already by Chama. And 3 straight turnovers, yeah.
Brumfield glides all the way to the rack.
Which is one of their strengths, but now they've already got 6 turnovers. So, giving up possessions that they're gaining.
Wow.
And Brandon seems to make this team better on the defensive when he comes in. Again, he hasn't scored in the last 3 games, but he still finds a way to make this team better.
Weeks was able to split the defenders.
Can really score Weeks.
Joey Chama underneath. Kicks it in the corner. Here's Heyman. Heyman with a nice drive to the basket. Heyman all the way to the rim, misses, and a foul underneath. Benet is done. So he just picked up his 4th foul. He was chatting with a referee. He just got technical.
I thought they had looked at Ladner and given the technical, but I think you're right.
Well, once Ladner saw the technical, Coach Ladner went up to the referee as well. He's livid. He still has not attempted a field goal. The way they're scoring this.
Okay.
So
yeah, Graham. I actually, the more we're talking about this, yeah, Benet is still standing there. He pointed right towards Benet, as you said. But now it looks like, I actually think they may have called it on an assistant coach. So Ryan, our producer, said it was on the head coach. So.
But they were standing right next to each other. And I just saw the referee point and give the technical gesture. So if you're Southern Miss, how do you regroup here in the final 5 minutes of the first half? Arkansas State has attempted 19 free throws in this first half.
They've shot it well too, 16 and 19.
Weeks leans in, hits it. Here's Hart, tough shot, drains it. My goodness, what a bucket for Izzy Hart. And Heyman quickly the other way, kisses it off the glass.
6'11", both of those guys will at times coming off the bench, will come off the bench for Benet.
Weeks from the baseline. Tavares muscling his way all the way to the rim.
Again, 2 of his fouls were those offensive fouls. He's the one that only played 20 minutes, only had 10 points in that 20 minutes.
Ellingsworth goes up with a left hand. Under 10 seconds. Weeks on the baseline. Here's Tavares trying to dunk it. Hey, it goes in, still counts. Collision at midcourt. We got pushing and shoving between Hart and Chama. Referees come flying in. So the referees are discussing this.
20 from Arkansas State will shoot a double bonus. That'll be our resumption of play from point of interruption. During the scrum, we have offsetting technical fouls on 20 from Arkansas State and 0 from Southern Miss. These are Class A dead ball contact technicals.
On that sequence.
We talked about how this was a little bit the way the game went in Hattiesburg, but not at this extreme. This is even more extreme than that. It would be a lot, although we may get there today. 60 combined free throws in that game.
Southern Miss 5 for their last 7. Brumfield, baseline J, offensive rebound. Flipped up and in by Tavares. Southern Miss pulls within 4. Chama steps to a 3. Put back, Hampton underneath, lays it in.
Plays a little bit more under control and safe, but he does a good job of moving the basketball.
Here's Weeks coming off the screen, forces it up and hits. 15 for Weeks to lead all scores.
There are a few fans behind yelling walk, and I get why it sometimes looks like it, but it's not. He just does such a good job of his footwork inside to try to run out the shot or clock, get it under that 30 seconds.
Ball up for grabs, Trammell didn't get it off, he did, it's short. 1 second for Southern Miss, Eze can't get it off, and we've reached halftime at Jonesboro. Arkansas State 53, Southern Miss 44 is our score at the midway point.
They get to go experience a tournament atmosphere.
Well, you never know. It's called March Madness for a reason.
That's right.
We've seen a double-digit team win a conference tournament. At what point do you think we will see Benet back in the game with the 4 fouls?
That's a good question. I actually just looked at the bench myself. He's still got his warm-up shirt on, and I was wondering that myself.
Shot put up by Eze. And Arkansas State regroups. Jackson lost it, picked up by Chama. That time the whistle didn't go his way. Here comes Southern Miss. Tavares spins and lays it up and in.
8 guys have played ranging from 8 minutes to 18. So the fewest minutes by any guy is Caldwell, and he's even played 8 minutes.
Hampton misses the layup, but they're going to call goaltending.
See a little bit out of Eze there.
Brumfield gives it to the big fella. Soft touch. That's an excellent job by Kurt Lewis to force that jump ball. How about Hampton bearing a three for the second time this season? Chama tried to cut to the bucket. Pass was intercepted. Here's Brumfield. Brumfield powers it up and in. Chama looking on the baseline to the cutting Hampton. Here's Benet going to work at Ellingsworth. His first points in the second half.
It seems like forever since we saw that, and it has been. We saw that early in the game, 10 straight points, or 10 early points for Benet in the first half.
And Hampton going right at Benet on the other end, and Benet with the 4 fouls backed off. Driving baseline with a jam, trying to stay towards the top of the standings with the conference tournament next week. A turnover on the Golden Eagles. They're 9th. Caldwell in the corner to Ellingsworth. Back to Caldwell. Swings it. Harmon penetrates. Look at the English as he tumbles to the floor. Weeks wants an isolation ball. Double clutches. Misses. Offensive rebound and a jam. Turns it over. Chama to Hampton. What a catch, but he can't finish. Brumfield leading the break for the Golden Eagles. Lewis tees up a corner three and got it.
He can do that. One job with Lewis. He's a three-point threat.
He has made half of the three-pointers tonight for Southern Miss. And what a play to Caldwell. So we had free throws in the first half. How about a dunk party in the second half? The lob to TJ Caldwell from Christian Harmon, extending the lead for Arkansas State.
Quickly goes to the bench, getting a quick blow here. Probably not in game shape like he was earlier in the year.
Arden Benet in the game for Southern Miss with 4 fouls. Hart bombs a three, got it. Golden Eagles are 10 for 13. Here's a three for Harmon that's short. Rebound underneath Brumfield. Golden Eagles a chance to tie it potentially. Brumfield had a good look, blows past Chama, lays it in and count it. Brumfield's free throw, it's good. Weeks in the corner, three for Hart. Way off the mark, Jackson comes up with it. Jackson all the way to the rim, got it. Weeks with 17 to lead the Golden Eagles. Trying to post up Hampton. Swerves around him. Weeks goes up, lays it in to tie the game at 71.
Arkansas State switches now kind of this tight zone.
Brumfield hops, feed to Benet. The Golden Eagles back on top.
The last thing you want to happen is a player get injured the week before you head down to that tournament.
Three for Harmon, got it.
They got away. He could have just, there's a lob to Tavares.
And he lays it in for the first points in over 2 minutes for Southern Miss.
Good
1 point lead for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, good design play by Southern Miss. It was a lob to Tavares all the way.
Chama flips it up, misses. Here comes Southern Miss. Tavares lays it up and in. 3-point lead for Southern Miss. Came up with it. Here's Hampton in the corner. Finds Caldwell. Caldwell all the way to the rack. Offensive rebound, Hampton, foul and count it. Took a shot to the head a moment ago, had to be taken back to the locker room. 5 seconds. Brumfield pass deflected by Caldwell. Weeks shoots it before the horn. Nearly banked it in, but it's tipped in. It's Jackson on a post up on Brumfield. Leaves it short. Rebound Southern Miss. They got numbers. Here's the lob to Tavares. Laid in by Benet. 4-point lead, Southern Miss with 3 minutes to go.
Coach Pannone is hot too. He thought Benet was over the back on this other end, would have been his 5th foul.
Well, and then they changed, so this is a 1-and-1, so they changed it.
Can you imagine if these two matched up in the tournament?
Caldwell splits them. Well, you got two teams peaking at the right time.
Yeah, really.
Conference tournament in Pensacola next week. Both teams won 3 out of 4. And a foul called on Hampton. His second.
Oh my goodness.
They just showed the replay on the video board, and you see the crowd's reaction.
And they've allowed challenges in college basketball, but not like the NBA where you can challenge fouls. They can't challenge that.
1-1 for Weeks. It's up.
Again, that's where Harmon was able to knock down that last three. He's just not as quick on the perimeter. Switch they wanted. Jackson on his A. He didn't take advantage of it, though.
Hampton drives, and there's the foul. He's the second Golden Eagle to foul out.
We'll watch for some type of press here by Arkansas State. And again, Southern Miss has been susceptible to turning it over.
Offensive rebound, Jackson back to Hampton. Kicks it out to Harmon. A three. Air ball. Jackson comes up with it, and he's hacked and fouled.
Brandon takes credit for it smartly and gets the foul. Arkansas State goes zone to try to trap here.
Shot put up. It's blocked by Harmon. Here comes Arkansas State down by 2. Jackson going for the tie. Put back good by Tunkara. Timeout.
Where he's not able to get the lob. Now they get a lob to Benet.
Benet goes up. Misses. Picked up by Caldwell on the baseline. Here comes Arkansas State. Jackson, the lob! Red Wolves back in front with 1:11 to go. Jackson gets downhill. Forces it up, short, pinballed around, picked up by Caldwell.
Hampton keeps it alive again.
2-second difference, game clock, shot clock. It's the 5th and final on Benet.
So again, that play stays alive, just Hampton.
And the referees head back to the monitor. Tavares was upset about something, as you see Coach Ladner is as well. There was no foul called on the floor other than the one that is putting Arkansas State at the line here.
Yeah, the officials are still huddled up, all three at half court. They're done looking in the monitor. They're all talking it over, and we're starting to play Clue here. Trainer's clearing blood off the floor. Tavares has a Band-Aid under his eye.
We've had everything.
They're talking it over with Graham and explaining the situation. So
wow, huge swing here. So a flagrant foul has been called on Arkansas State. So each team is about to attempt 2 free throws, and then Southern Miss has possession.
This is like a possession or so before.
First free throw for Tavares, and he misses it. Second one, he misses that one.
That's the only thing that's changed here.
Harmon hits the first one. It's a 4-point lead for the Red Wolves. Tavares going for the quick 2. He's fouled. That's 3 misses in a row. Into Harmon, and he's fouled. Harmon hasn't missed at the line tonight. Stays perfect.
60 in the game at Hattiesburg, and they upped that today.
4-point lead. Brumfield forces it up, misses. Rebound Jackson.
Both these teams had to play through a lot, and give credit to Southern Miss for hanging in there, giving themselves a chance. Got some 2 or 3 really good defensive stops when they had to have them to get the win.
Jackson will finish with 13. Southern Miss, Brumfield will shoot it from midcourt. Counts if it goes. Final score, Arkansas State wins it 89-84. The Red Wolves sweeps the season series over Southern Miss.